All right. Well, 94.9, we have Rich O'Brien with us. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I gotta say how much I love the Baby No Money Edamame record.
Thank you.
So
Thank
like
you.
that song in the whip, I catch myself screaming. I think it's the house and rap blend going on. What was it for you that was like, yo, I have to get on this record?
Well, it was exactly that. It was the house and rap blend. It was like, okay, so basically, Baby No Money and a friend of mine, a friend of ours, Diamond Pistols, they made that song first, and then like he laid down his hook and everything, and then they sent it to me, and they were like, "Yo, you trying to hop on this?" And I was like, I listened to it, and I was like, I heard that hook when he was like clang clang and everything, and I was like, "Yo, this is insane! I gotta get on this." Because before this, me and Baby No Money have been like trying to make music for quite a while, but it's never
Okay.
kind of like been the right timing or the right song. We've never actually met in real life before until we
Oh,
made this one. And then we met up, and then we finished the track together, and then we're like, yo, let's shoot a music video to this, and we did, and it all just like, I don't know, it was really cool, and it was like fun and organic, and then it's the kind of collab that I would like to happen like all the time.
it's like you
Yeah.
guys had so much fun in that music video. How did that
Yeah.
like concept come about?
Basically, it was us texting about it because I think it's easier to like come up with video concepts on the phone or like in real life talking, but we just decided to text about it. And he was like, "Yo, what if we just walk around with armor suits?" And I'm like, "I'm down. I'm super down to do that." And then he was like, "Yeah, this is the treatment." And then I saw like the name of the director on the treatment, and I was like, "Oh, you know the Reggies?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's the homie." And then we found out that we're like both friends with them too.
Oh,
Um, and we just like we shot it in their house, and then like their neighbors had these dogs, and then we shot it with them. It was like super DIY. Like I love
yeah.
it.
Have you ever
Yeah.
seen the show Workaholics?
I've seen scenes. I've seen
Oh
scenes of
man,
it.
I had
Yeah.
Workaholics vibes because they have like a music video where they all dress up as wizards, and somebody
Oh,
dressed up as a
nice. Oh,
wizard.
nice.
It's just like
Nice.
so like bromance, low key. Like,
That is so funny.
no, I love
Yeah, yeah.
it.
Yeah, great. So a funny story about that. Actually, Gravy, he made the cameo as the wizard, and he did like a little thing where he like zapped us with like just electricity. And I like during the making of like during the post production of that, someone told me that Gravy is gonna pay for like the VFX of like the electric like that whole thing, that whole scene. And I was like, oh wow, he's really like dedicated to that scene. I'm like, all right, cool.
He
I
said,
was
"I'm taking
expecting
this
like
cameo
some like
seriously."
I was expecting some like Harry Potter like quality like
Right.
effects, and then I saw that and I was like, oh, I thought that was like I thought it was like the rough draft, but that's what ended up being in the video. That's really funny. But yeah.
That's super cool. That's super cool. Also, have to say big congrats. I mean, biggest action movie of the year, Shang-Chi and the Legend of
Oh
the Ten
man,
Rings.
yeah. Thank
Amazing
you.
soundtrack. Like you must be so proud. How did that come
So
about?
proud.
Feel
How did it come about? How did it feel? It feels amazing. It feels like super super surreal. I honestly like forget about it. I forget about the fact that I'm part of this. Like I'm until like you brought it up just now, honestly. And I like the honestly though, the way it came about was like Sean, my manager, he like I remember about maybe like late 2019, around that time, he started talking to Destin Daniel, the director of the movie. I think that was like before. I think it was like right before they started filming or something like that.
okay.
Um, that was a crazy time because I was working on my album at the time, The Sailor, and Destin, he would like come to the studio and then like listen to my unreleased album, and then he was just like he was like, I love this. And that was when Sean was like talking to him about possibly having us do the soundtrack of the movie. And I was kind of like, I'm not sure, like I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. We're all not quite sure, but all I knew was like Destin from the start, he was really down. He was like such a supporter of us and
Yes.
of me too. Like he's just like the kindest dude I've ever met. Like especially in the movie industry. Like I don't know, I've never met like you know, at the time, like someone like a director
Right.
of that caliber. He's, I don't know, like I watched his film like Just Mercy, and it was so good, and I knew that he was gonna kill it on Shang-Chi. And but when we were like, you know, finally working on the soundtrack, it was just like it was so random because my manager, like, he just started sending me songs like instrumentals and being like, hey, um write to this song, and these are like the little themes that you should write about. And I'm like, what's this for? And he was like, it's for Shang-Chi. And I was like, oh, it's happening. Okay, cool. So
Sidebar.
that's, yeah, so we just started working on that. That became like our main mission for like a good, you know, like almost like a year of just like working on that. And the whole time we didn't see, I didn't watch the movie. I only saw like one scene the whole time. I didn't know what like the story is. Like I just know like little pieces that they would give me. So it's like, you know, for all of us, we kind of just had to use our imaginations. And, you know, it was really cool. And another weird fact that I just remembered this like a few weeks ago. I actually auditioned for a part in Shang-Chi back in like
Oh,
2019. I think I was gonna be like Aquafina's like little brother or something. I don't remember. I think in the script was like slightly different, but
okay.
I was on tour and I sent them a self tape. And then I was like talking to Destin, and he was like, yo, like, thank you for sending the self tape. Like everyone's, you know, we'll see what the studio says, but everyone's like really surprised that you actually like sent it, because I know, you know, you're on tour and everything. And I was like, yeah, man, like I'll do anything to be in this movie. And
Right. That's one
you know,
part
at
of
the exactly, and at the time, you know, it was before like we even knew that we were going to be part of this like soundtrack wise. And then, you know, I literally forgot that that was a thing until I saw the movie. And then I found the self-tape video, and I was like, oh wait, this is like, this script sounds familiar. And I was like, oh wow,
it could have
I
been
don't know,
me.
it yeah, it's cool that we ended up finding our way back into the movie.
Right. No, I'm so glad that happened for you. I'm so glad you said you didn't see the movie at first, because I was gonna say, without giving any spoilers, the bus scene, like hands down, gonna go down as like one of the most iconic MCU moments. And Run It, the DJ Snake and Rick Ross joint, like really set the tone for that scene. Like, how was it watching that for the first time?
Oh man, it was really cool. It was really like, it was really cool because that, you know, my actual voice wasn't on the scene, but the instrumental was on that for like 3 4 minutes or something. It was on there for a minute. It was really cool to
You got
see. And
goosebumps. Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
it's
perfect for that scene.
yeah, I made the song. I made that song with my friend like a long time ago, and then it's cool to see that, you know, that's the song that they kind of ended up like really, you know, using. And like it's the fact that it was like part of the iconic bus scene. It was awesome.
No, it's so dope. I mean, you're having an amazing year. You're also FIFA 22's brand ambassador.
Yeah,
Y'all got
yeah,
a,
yeah,
launch
yeah.
party coming up, right? Tell me about that.
That's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna be performing a few songs and playing FIFA. Um, I'm terrible at sports games
Yeah.
and or sport in general, but you know, I'm really excited to try new things, and I'm also just like excited to. I love playing video games in general, and I love when things at my job align with things that I did when I was a kid, and like kind of make my childhood dream come alive.
Right.
And I know that it's like it's something that I can look back on, like, you know, a few years from now and be like, oh wow, I was a FIFA 22 ambassador. That's cool.
Right.
So yeah, I'm really excited.
Well, I know you have to run. Is there anything you want to tell your Bay Area fans? I mean, what's coming next? You have so much
Oh
on your plate
man,
already.
Barry, I'll like, let me see. There's a lot of things coming out, a lot of music, a lot of exciting, cool, new, unexpected stuff coming out. Hopefully sometime next year. Um, I miss the Bay. I haven't been there in so long. I miss like, yeah, I shit. I've not gone to the Bay in a long time, and I miss it.
Yeah.
I have a
That'd be
couple
cool
friends
to
out
get like
there.
a mini head in the clouds out here or something.
I know. It might be happening. I mean, I don't control these things.
Okay.
the man up above does, as in the
Right.
label. But I think we might be having some, like a few in the clouds next year, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and congratulations on everything.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All
Thank you so
right.
much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you.